who should we go to now? Chris D'Elia, perhaps? We haven't talked about him in a while.
We can do Dalia. Sure.
I say we do Dalia because I always enjoy. Oh well, we have I forget. We have a theme song.
The maniac who probably has no soul. He's assaulting like a Weinstein on parole. He's a maniac, joke thief and a hack. Who would start a sex cult when you look like that?
Wow, man.
So here, if you followed long enough, we always love when Chris D'Elia. Well, we love when Chris D'Elia does his podcast alone. But what we really like is when Mrs. Dalia joins the program.
Oh, yeah.
Because she is a naive rube who he has duped into spending a life together. But she does have a way of throwing a few digs at him and making him uncomfortable on some of these podcasts.
Oh, yeah. No, she owns his soul now.
She owns a great deal of space in that noggin.
But we're going to start with one just entitled Simp.
Yeah, so Kristen Dalia was on the podcast, and I think this is the man that Chris has had to turn into because we know from the Chris D'Elia Problem, the great documentary that was made, the relationship he maintains with a lot of these women revolves around him texting them and basically being like, oh, my wife is such a bitch. Like, I think that's really more than any sort of sex or power that he got off on. What he really loved doing was venting about his wife. So I think when she caught wind of this, I think this kind of became the dynamic of the household.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. We talk every day, but not on the podcast. So
yeah.
What's been going on?
I listened to about 50% of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mom of 2. We got a lot going on.
You should force the kids to listen, but
the kids
to the podcast. Yeah.
I don't think this is like kid appropriate.
No. Okay.
No. But what kinds of things do you say
on the podcast
about me? Are they nice?
Oh yeah. Always. I always say you're my angel. And then I talk about how I always feel like that's weird to say you're my angel because you're just an angel that was put on earth, and I'm lucky enough to be around you. It makes me feel like a simp to talk it like that because I never used to talk like that. But really, when you realize that stuff, you got to say it because you got to be who you are.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, you got to be true to yourself. And when a documentary and a Rolling Stone article come out about you, you got to kind of try and mend those fences,
What a fucking scumbag.
He's like, geez, I just can't tell what it is. But it's almost as if some event in my life transpired that makes me want you to want to believe that I'm a good guy.
Next we got is this racist?
I mean, these are the kind of impressions I expect from Very Good Show. Not congratulations with Chris D'Elia. This is a weird conversation they're having.
Yes. Real quick, Dave Delafior, $2 super chat. Tony Bennett shot blanks, and Brian Kowalski sent a $10 super sticker. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you, boys.
But racist over here. It's not VGS style at all, I swear to God.
Remember when we were listening to the podcast last night and the guy said, just the one that we were listening to, and the guy said ambulance.
Oh yeah, he did.
Ambulance.
He was black. I'll say it. I know you're not going to do it, but he was black. Black people say ambulance.
Whoa! Get the edgy meter out. This guy's crazy.
My Richter scale's going off.
Guys, I'll say it.
And I don't know why. It's just in their culture. It's part of the culture. But yeah, dude, ambulance. It actually should be ambulance. I agree with black people. It should not be library though.
Okay.
Hold on. I agree with black people. As if Barack Obama says it that way.
It's not a black people thing. It's a Southern thing.
In 2009, Obama was like, I hereby decree it's ambulance. As you know, we all say it like this. I agree with black people. Imagine, like, Chris is the type of guy that not only panders, but does it in a way that's like more racist than if you were to just be racist.
But ambulance, 100% it should be that because it's at least ambulance sounds so clinical. Ambulance sounds awesome. It's me. Ambulance, I'll turn it off. Sorry. Ambulance sounds awesome because at least if someone's dying, you get to be like.
And you know what else? I really like the way you guys boogie. I really like the way you fellas bust a move.
You can tell he's struggling to have any person with a brain talking back to him.
He's just trying. He says this weird thing about black people and then is trying to show like how supportive he is. Like, no one's making you say this, Chris. What's happening to you?
Oh no, I believe 1,000% that part of the reason she hasn't left him is she's like, yeah, once a quarter I'm coming on the show and you are going to blow the shit out of me.
That's very possible, yeah.
I mean, it's fun to say. Yeah, I think he had a stroke, but don't worry, the ambulance is coming. Dude, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is really fun. I'm sure that's why people do it, and it's not like a regional thing, and it's not about education or anything. I'm sure it's because they're having so much fun.
I hope we have to call the ambulance soon, but not on us.
You want to call them on somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like yeah, I mean, who do you think that's going to be, Chris? One of the former fans that was at your show? Hi, ambulance. There's a woman with her vagina bleeding and she's crying. If we could get the ambulance out here, toot sweet. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Next we got Mayor Dalia.
I broke a young girl's hymen and she's screaming for her parents.
There's blood or something. I don't know what it is.
Dude, so I could be a mayor, but I don't think I could be a mayor. Because I don't think that
commentary.
I think I would blow it like very early on.
And
I would get so pissed off.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I made the fucking point. You know, if you don't get it, then you don't fucking get it. And then,
he'd be an edgy mayor.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Whoa, move over Donald Trump. I didn't know a bad boy was getting into politics.
Is this guy not in jail?
He should be in fucking prison. And he's talking about running for mayor.
Superimpose the stats going down over my face. Yeah, I don't think I could be mayor.
Yeah, and guys, just so there's no confusion, not for the litany of rapes I've allegedly committed.
You see this shopping cart full of evidence against me? Ignore it.
It's not that. I think it's that I would be too edgy. They couldn't handle my toughness as a mayor.
I would say friggin' hell and stuff like that, you know?
Imagine like me if you were like doing a speech at the podium and how embarrassed I would be. You'd
be so proud and then immediately so wrecked.
I like that in her mind, it's already a press conference about his sexual misconduct. Even in this fantasy land that he's created, where it's never going to happen, we can make whatever life we want. And he's running for mayor. And even in that world, she is standing behind him, supportively trying to hold back her rage at yet another betrayal of their vows.
There's a chance she just doesn't know how to read, so she doesn't exactly know what the charges are.
That'd be great. Well, that's the thing is, if you remember, Chris's apology was about cheating on his girlfriend. He's like, guys, you caught me red-handed. Just like my guy, Kevin Spacey, who has been exonerated. Out of way, Kevo. Much like Kevin Spacey, Chris D'Elia came out and was like, guys, you know what? You caught me. Hand up. I've cheated on my girlfriends in the past.
I'm addicted to sex.
It's like, yeah, that's not exactly what we were talking about, but and that's when I knew. History will show. That's when I knew. I did defend Chris D'Elia for a while because I thought the evidence was very weird. Like it didn't all add up to me. And then when he came out and apologized for something he wasn't being accused of and never addressed any of the actual accusations, I was like, oh boy, maybe there's something more to this guy.
Like smiling, like crying.
Yeah.
Trying to keep it together.
Trying to keep it together. What a dutiful wife this lady is. Sure, she's a sap. He's very gullible, obviously. But my God, you have to respect the loyalty of this poor woman.
I know.
Because even in this fantasy, Chris has betrayed her yet again. And she's putting on a brave face for the cameras. It's beautiful in a lot of ways.
I really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But it's crazy black people say ambulance.
Oh.
I would say.
Just bringing that back again. That's part of his platform.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
All right, what's next?
Next is mayor wasn't enough, Mike.
Finally, you guys are probably thinking of this at home. Why settle for mayor when Oval Office? I mean, the term for old Joey Biden is coming up in just a year's time. So you might as well start while the sun is shining.
That's my mouth. It's not the thing. I gotta go like this. I know. I'm not the president. Doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna be in the president. I'm not interested in being the president. We got a lot.
We're gonna get a wacky president. Yay!
we definitely didn't just have one.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is he's doing this bit as if like the actual guy wasn't just in office for 4 years who said crazy shit nonstop. Was that, you know what? Maybe it wasn't documented. I don't know if anyone talked about it while Trump was in office.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not the president. Doesn't matter. I'm not even going to be in the president. I'm not interested in being the president. We got a lot of stuff to iron out. All right. And I'm not even going to talk about what.
Number one, these ages of consent are ridiculous.
Which state is it? Jersey that is 16 or something?
17 in some states, 18 in other. I mean, this is crazy.
How am I supposed to know that by heart?
My administration is running on an old enough to bleed, old enough to breed platform.
people in the chat are taking us a serious political talk already. Yeah, thank God we have a completely coherent, rational president now.
Oh yeah, that's not what I was saying. Oh, that's what I loved about the Ojeda interview, by the way, is people that commented on the political angle of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys treating him like his take on Biden isn't. It's like, yeah, that's what we were there for.
Yeah.
To challenge him about Joe Biden.
I think it's pretty clear where I lean.
But yeah, no. If you elect me this November, the age of consent will be 9. Yeah. Chris.
And grooming is legal.
You've given them quite a life. It's your reward to fuck them.
He's just comparing it to like leaving breadcrumbs somewhere. Just waiting for that clock to run out.
I mean, if you take an 8-year-old under your wing, do you not deserve to reap that reward when they are at the supple age of 12?
You know that Gillian Keeves bit when they're setting
Shane does it in his stand-up as well, yes.
Yeah. If Dalia somehow agreed to do that, I think this goes away.
Wow. You're right. That would have changed everything. I wonder that's the type of shit they should have reached out to him, honestly.
I'd be like, dude, honestly, I know what's going on, but if you come on here, that would be so fucking funny.
I think, honestly, that's what the goal of this show has become for me, is showing these people, like, have a little fucking sense of humor about yourself.
Have fun with it.
You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine, first of all, how much money they would have made once word got out about that on those Gillian Keeves sketches?
Oh, yeah.
If they do the whole thing where, like, you know, Ian Fidance stands up and is arguing the age of consent and everything, and then the last guy to stand up is Chris D'Elia.
H.
Now, I would argue the reason he wouldn't do something like that may be guilty conscience.
It could be, but
a little too real, perhaps.
But the only thing is, though, is a year before that, he was playing a comedian pedophile on You,
right?
A television show.
You and Workaholics.
And Workaholics.
Yeah.
Typecast.
And I gotta say, he was great.
It's like it wasn't acting. It was awesome.
Oh, the cameras are on?
Shit.
You guys were filming this? I could get in a lot of trouble.
He's got those fake prop Polaroids. And like someone walks in the room and he just instinctively is like trying to hide them.
Right. And I'm not even going to talk about what. Okay, because you know what? There's common sense and then there's us. We're not near common sense as a whole mass. We need to be at the level of common sense. So I say to you, people of whatever, body I'm trying to govern, enough. That's what I'm running on. I'm running on enough's enough, dude.
Whoa, this is a ballsy bit.
Wow.
He's saying, hey, I think, you know what? I think both sides are a little extreme. I'm starting to think the wackos on the left are just as crazy as the nuts on the right. This guy's really breaking down some barriers here.
And I'm against certain types of people or against certain types of ideas. What I am saying is I'm against not being for common sense. So, ladies and gentlemen, and whoever else you may be.
Common sense says that girls were starting families at 16 at one time. Don't you understand? He gets very real about it.
Crowd goes nuts. Shit, he's winning.
That's the worst version of Trump, is Dalia getting what he wants.
Yeah.
Enough's enough. Vote for me. That was exactly a minute. It was at 52. And I would get votes, dude. You don't think I would get votes? I would get votes?
Well, you sure would.
I would get votes?
I wouldn't want those people supporting you publicly, but yes,
no, they're called, I believe, MAPS is the demographic that would vote for you. And with the entirety of the MAPS vote, Chris Dalia is coming in at a staggering, 14%. What does that say about this country?
Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, holy shit, is this a typo?
Oh, no.
Who would I be running against?
That would be so funny.
Like, it's not enough to win, but it's a number that we're all like, oh, boy.
Oh, no. You just won Iowa.
I mean, Chris Dalia really is ruining the election for the Democrats.
You're my first. I vote for you.
And then at the end I go dun 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 dun. I go like that.
We know.
Well, that was, and then they cut back to the beat. They go, oh, that was pretty okay. Well, I don't know, dude.
If you did that,
I think I could do it.
You would get elected.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's just like,
Straight up.
Yeah, I know.
So annoying.
I just, if we can be serious for a second, I just don't know if I want the burden. I don't think I can put myself through it. Here's the thing: is they just start going through all the skeletons, and there's, right now there's not much out about me, so I'd hate for them to.
Dude, if you have had a scandal, you can on a politician level.
Explain.
You because people are like, what the fuck?
She's like, now hold on, Chris. You're aware you've had a scandal, right?
Why would you bring this up right now?
I mean, if you had a scandal and you're a politician, they could make you try to seem like a pedophile.
By the way, I told you I was running for office a couple of years ago. That's all that was.
And they go, and then they go, fuck it. Oh, but that, and then half the people have to hate you, right?
Sure.
And half the people have to be like, yeah, but fucking, he's making sense, I made so much sense in that speech.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what? That actually made me think I could actually do it.
Let's do it, babe.
President or what? No, not president.
I would love to be first lady. I would love picking out dishes for the White House.
All right, I gotta be honest. That line was kind of funny.
What?
At the end, she was talking about him being president. He just goes, "I'd get assassinated."
But I also like that he thinks, like, we gotta stop this guy. He's too much of a radical.
I think that's one of the few times that I could be like, no, that was actually funny. I'd get assassinated.
And that's the thing. He's like, I know he is doing a bit, but you can tell throughout this, there are moments where he's like, I would change everything.
Let's see what is next here. We got not sexual.
He's very aware certain comments he makes may come off a certain way, but he brilliantly covers for them pretty quickly.
You can't be on the side of the robots. That's like so not the right way.
I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy in the AI wars.
Don't say that. I want to be with a good guy.
Oh, you poor thing.
Hey, Chris, I'm an 8-year-old robot.
Oh, you poor thing. That was so genuine there, where she's like, I want to be with a good guy.
So bad.
And I've read Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm not.
You know those people that they call the house and I look sad and hang up the phone and I say no one was there. There's people there and they say
I know they're there. And I know they're hanging up because I answered.
And be the robot fucking guy. And we would have such a great life, babe.
We already have a great life.
I know, we would have riches. We would
No.
have robots doing stuff. If you didn't, if you didn't want to do stuff, I could have the robots do it. I don't mean sexual, but that too. I don't mean sexual.
I mean, come on. What did you mean, Chris?
He says it right there. I meant dishes.
Yeah, I mean, like if there's stuff you don't do for me, and hear me out here, because I'm just dipping my toe into this water. I think if there was stuff you didn't do for me, like I might go see if I could get like a robot to do it for me. I know I'm being crazy, and I have never done that in the past, but I think that does sound kind of appealing.
This is the second time that he's brought up her doing the dishes.
You know, I gotta say, I think if there's stuff you didn't do for me, I might find someone that I don't treat as a human being and get them to do it. Yeah. You know, this is just dawning on me now.
Nimrod71 in the chat. Great point. Behind Chris Dalia, wood paneling.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, makes you wonder.
Oh, now I
all
get
this
it.
a ruse.
Oh, I get it.
When
Now
the boys start coming out.
Yeah, now I'm believing him. These are all lying. He's not into them at all. This is sad. This one is check-ins.
So he always does that. Like he brings his wife on the podcast, and then there's a lot of like
her frustration.
Basically them trying to show us that their relationship isn't just destroyed. They're like trying to prove it to us for some reason. And this is a thing. And listen, I don't judge Chris for doing like if he's genuinely a sex addict, I do believe like sex addiction exists. And I think Chris has it. Like he's literally destroyed his life because his dick gets hard. And so I believe in some form or fashion he's a sex addict. So like if he's trying to actually recover in some way, good for him. But there's some stuff he didn't want out there. But I think Kristen did very much.
When we do the check-in.
Okay, so we do a check-in every day. This has been since rehab, so like what, 8 months?
Yeah, it's just look, it's like it's called Thanos. You can look.
He's like, I don't even really like it. Like it's a stupid thing we do, and it's like, I mean, if Kristen does it mostly. I'm not even really there.
How can you not trust me when I'm not around?
Yeah, we do some check-ins. How many cocksucks did you get this week? Oh, only 12 from 8-year-olds. That's great.
We're losing a listener, by the way, because of your hat right now.
Hey, the only guy that hasn't betrayed me.
That's very true.
In comedy.
That's very true.
Get up.
But I think it could be really helpful
For people?
for people.
You always want to
know.
help strangers, Me too. Me too.
And what do you want to do? Work
Make
out
people laugh,
and
work
grab
out.
titties.
Oh, that is on her mind constantly.
And it should be.
And it's just every once in a while, like here's the thing, is like we can make fun of her for being, like I said, naive and everything, but it does spill out of her a lot when she comes on this podcast, which makes me think it comes up much more in their private life.
She unfortunately loves him and probably trying to keep it together for the kids.
Yes. Yeah. Now they have two kids.
Or she signed an ironclad prenup.
It may be, yeah, because he was big enough at that time that would make sense.
Oh yeah.
I do. Work
Make
out
people laugh,
and
work
grab
out.
titties.
Work out and grab titties. Sounds like a fucking awesome life. It would be so sad though.
I mean, you've been doing that for quite a long time.
He has to correct himself. It sounds like a fucking awesome life, but you know what? It's dawning on me now. I don't even want it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I don't. You know what? I don't even like strange pussy. I've got enough to eat at home, as Rob Ford once said.
Sounds like a fucking awesome life. It would be so sad, though.
I mean, you were doing that for quite a
Right,
long
babe?
time.
Do you believe me when I say it would be sad? Do you believe what I'm saying? Like, that I wouldn't like that? You believe me, right?
I am so turning my thoughts on this woman. I think I'm in love with her now.
She's playing the puppet strings a little bit. Yeah.
Listen to what she says right here.
It would be so sad though.
I mean, you were doing that for quite a long time, but
Yep.
so Thanos check-in.
Okay.
She moves right along.
She calls him
He
right out.
clams up immediately. You were doing that for a long time. Yep. Let's move on.
No, I think she actually stuck with the subject. I
Oh no,
believe.
well she talks about the check-ins, yes.
Yeah. But
But I'm saying she moved on from like, well, you were fucking a lot of women behind my back for a long time. And he's like, okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry.
yeah, he called her right out. Every time, and they're not live. They can edit this shit out.
There's a lot of, if you go watch the full episode, there's a lot of moments where she's like, hey, you can edit this out. And he's like, no, it's good. People like dumb horse shit where we're not prepared and aren't talking.
This is our last clip here.
Okay.
Is entitled "Where Did the Fun Guy Go?"
Oh yeah, he was having so much fun before. Remember, he was running for office and he was being racist and having all kinds of fun. Ambulance.
And it's an acronym.
Okay.
And for couples that are going through hard things or fine.
This is anytime.
Yeah, anytime. It's like a
all the guys on the podcast are going right now. They're going over and fucking listen to Theo. Go ahead.
So
there's a weird jealousy he has with Theo Vaughn. That's a weird one to just throw out there.
Yeah, because Theo doesn't fuck underage women and lose his career.
They're going to listen to the guy that smartened up and abandoned me and Brendan.
Yeah, the one that first jumped off this train.
F, Thanos. F is for feelings, what you're feeling that day.
Oh, simp.
A, affirmations.
He's trying to be like, oh, guys, isn't she gay? Isn't she gay, guys, for doing this? I'm cool. I only do it because, I fucked around on her for many years and then said that I wasn't anymore and was still doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm cool.
Yeah, let's go further into these fruity check-ins.
I am worthy of love.
Oh, dude, you're gonna cry. Pick other ones that I don't say.
I'm a good mom.
I don't say that one.
You often say I'm a good dad. I'm a good husband.
Yeah, all right, dude. You don't have to air my shit out, dude.
Okay, you can cut
He's
that.
actually angry now. He's genuinely mad. And that's a weird one to get mad at because it's like, she's just like, you say you're a good father. And he's like, shut up.
I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Get out of here.
Leave me alone. No, I don't do check-ins. I do cool stuff.
I do cool stuff. Like I pants you in public. Sick.
I'm a good mom.
I don't say that one.
You often say I'm a good dad. I'm a good husband.
Yeah, all right, dude. You don't have to air my shit out, dude.
I think he's telling her because he's part of that sentence was you say I'm a good husband and we all know you're not.
Stop right there, lady. They might believe I'm a good dad.
Can't get this on camera.
You don't have to air my shit out, dude.
Okay, you can cut that.
No, it's fine. Leave it, but don't do any more of the things that I do on that
Okay.
N or O or S.
Okay.
That's where he's like, now don't say how often I cheat on you, please. We've done enough here.
Please don't make it official.
Don't have me humiliated for a fifth time. Yeah. So Dalia is still a mess. It's weird that he pops in with these episodes like every few months where it's like he's trying to get us to believe he's in a happy marriage or something. I don't know what the point of it is.
I don't either. So weird. Now we're far enough in. I don't know if we're gonna get to everything we have.
Why? What time is it here?
Going for 2.5 hours. We still got a hack ride video.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta play the Bam Margera song. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me mark down that Bam's about to come. Let's see. We are at 2:22:25.
So